Section 42 of the works of Edgar Allan Poe, Raven Edition, Volume 5. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Scenes from Politian, an unpublished drama by Edgar Allan Poe. Dramatis Personae. Narrator, read by Ellen Preckle.
Alessandra, read by Amanda Friday.
Castiglione, read by Phil Schempf.
Di Broglio, read by Algie Pug.
Lalage, read by Pam Castile.
Jacinta, read by Abai.
Monk, read by Larry Wilson.
Baldassar, read by Tricia G.
Politian, read by Alan Rose.
Voice, sung by Francis Brown.
Benito, read by Larry Wilson.
Scene 1. Rome, a hall in a palace. Alessandra and Castiglione.
Thou art sad, Castiglione.
Sad? Not I. Oh, I am the happiest man in Rome. A few days more, thou knowest, my Alessandra, will make thee mine. Oh, I am very happy.
Methinks thou hast a singular way of showing thy happiness. What ails thee, cousin of mine? Why didst thou sigh so deeply?
Did I sigh? I was not conscious of it. It is a fashion, a most silly fashion I have when I am very happy. Did I sigh?
Sighing.
Thou didst. Thou art not well. Thou hast indulged too much of late, and I am vexed to see it. Late hours and wine, Castiglione, these will ruin thee. Thou art already altered. Thy looks are haggard. Nothing so wears away the constitution as late hours and wine.
Castiglione, musing.
Nothing, fair cousin, nothing. Not even deep sorrow wears it away like evil hours and wine. I will amend.
Do it. I would have thee drop thy riotous company too. Fellows low-born. Ill suit the like with old Di Broglio's heir and Alessandra's husband.
I will drop them.
Thou wilt, thou must. Attend thou also more to thy dress and equipage. They are over plain for thy lofty rank and fashion. Much depends upon appearances.
I'll see to it.
Then see to it. Pay more attention, sir, to a becoming carriage. Much thou wantest in dignity.
Much, oh much I want in proper dignity.
Alessandra, haughtily.
Thou mockest me, sir.
Castiglione, abstractedly.
Sweet, gentle Lalage.
Heard I aright? I speak to him. He speaks of Lalage, Sir Count.
Places her hand on his shoulder.
What art thou dreaming? He's not well. What ails thee, sir?
Castiglione, startling.
Cousin, fair cousin, madame, I crave thy pardon. Indeed, I am not well. Your hand from off my shoulder, if you please. This air is most oppressive. Madame the Duke.
Enter Di Broglio.
My son, I've news for thee. Hey, what's the matter?
Observing Alessandra.
I' the pouts? Kiss her, Castiglione, kiss her, you dog, and make it up, I say, this minute. I've news for you both. Politian is expected hourly in Rome. Politian, Earl of Leicester. We'll have him at the wedding. 'Tis his first visit to the imperial city.
What? Politian of Britain, Earl of Leicester?
The same, my love. We'll have him at the wedding. A man quite young in years, but grey in fame. I have not seen him, but rumour speaks of him as a prodigy, pre-eminent in arts and arms, and wealth, and high descent. We'll have him at the wedding.
I have heard much of this Politian. Gay, volatile, and giddy, is he not, and little given to thinking?
Far from it, love. No branch, they say, of all philosophy, so deep, abstruse, he has not mastered it. Learned as few are learned.
'Tis very strange. I have known men have seen Politian, and sought his company. They speak of him as of one who entered madly into life, drinking the cup of pleasure to the dregs.
Ridiculous. No, I have seen Politian, and know him well. Nor learned nor mirthful he. He is a dreamer, and a man shut out from common passions.
Children, we disagree. Let us go forth and taste the fragrant air of the garden. Did I dream, or did I hear Politian was a melancholy man?
Exeunt. Scene 2. Rome. A lady's apartment, with a window open and looking into a garden. Lalage, in deep mourning, reading at a table on which lie some books and a hand mirror. In the background, Jacinta, a servant maid, leans carelessly upon a chair.
Jacinta, is it thou?
Jacinta, pertly.
Yes, ma'am, I am here.
I did not know, Jacinta, you were in waiting. Sit down. Let not my presence trouble you. Sit down, for I am humble, most humble.
Jacinta, aside.
'Tis time.
Jacinta seats herself in a sidelong manner upon the chair, resting her elbows upon the back, and regarding her mistress with a contemptuous look. Lalage continues to read.
It, in another climate, so he said, bore a bright golden flower, but not in this soil.
Pauses, turns over some leaves, and resumes.
No lingering winters there, nor snow, nor shower, but ocean ever to refresh mankind, breathes the shrill spirit of the western wind. O beautiful, most beautiful, how like to what my fevered soul doth dream of heaven, O happy land!
Pauses.
She died, the maiden died, a still more happy maiden who couldst die, Jacinta.
Jacinta returns no answer, and Lalage presently resumes.
Again a similar tale, told of a beauteous dame beyond the sea. Thus speaketh one Ferdinand in the words of the play. She died full young. One Bosola answers him, I think not so. Her infelicity seemed to have years too many. Ah, luckless lady, Jacinta.
Still no answer.
Here's a far sterner story, but like, oh, very like in its despair, of that Egyptian queen, winning so easily 1,000 hearts, losing at length her own. She died, thus ended the history, and her maids lean over and weep, 2 gentle maids, with gentle names, Iros and Charmian, Rainbow and Dove. Jacinta.
Jacinta pettishly.
Madam, what is it?
Wilt thou, my good Jacinta, be so kind as go down in the library and bring me the Holy Evangelist?
Pshaw!
Exit.
If there be balm for the wounded spirit in Gilead, it is there. Dew in the night time of my bitter trouble. Will there be found dew sweeter far than that which hangs like chains of pearl on Hermon Hill?
Re-enter Jacinta, and throws a volume on the table.
There, ma'am's the book. Indeed, she is very troublesome.
Aside. Lalage, astonished.
What didst thou say, Jacinta? Have I done aught to grieve thee or to vex thee? I am sorry, for thou hast served me long and ever been trustworthy and respectful.
Resumes her reading.
I can't believe she has any more jewels. No, no, she gave me all.
Aside.
What didst thou say, Jacinta? Now I bethink me, thou hast not spoken lately of thy wedding. How fares good Ugo, and when is it to be? Can I do aught? Is there no farther aid thou needest, Jacinta?
Is there no farther aid? Oh, that's meant for me.
Aside.
I'm sure, madam, you need not be always throwing those jewels in my teeth.
Jewels, Jacinta, now indeed, Jacinta, I thought not of the jewels.
Oh, perhaps not. But then I might have sworn it. After all, there's Hugo who says the ring is only paste, for he's sure the Count Castiglione never would have given a real diamond to such as you. And at the best, I'm certain, madam, you cannot have use for jewels now. But I might have sworn it.
Exit. Lalage bursts into tears and leans her head upon the table. After a short pause, raises it.
Poor Lalage! And is it come to this? Thy servant maid. But courage! 'Tis but a viper whom thou hast cherished to sting thee to the soul.
Taking up the mirror.
Ah, here at least's a friend, too much a friend. In earlier days a friend will not deceive thee. Fair mirror and true, now tell me, for thou canst, a tale, a pretty tale, and heed thou not, though it be rife with woe, it answers me. It speaks of sunken eyes and wasted cheeks, and beauty long deceased, remembers me of joy departed, hope, the seraph hope, inurned and entombed, now in a tone, low, sad, and solemn, but most audible, whispers of early grave untimely yawning, for ruined maid. Fair mirror and true, thou liest not, thou hast no end to gain, no heart to break. Castiglione lied who said he loved, thou true, he false, false, false.
While she speaks, a monk enters her apartment and approaches unobserved.
Refuge thou hast, sweet daughter, in heaven. Think of eternal things. Give up thy soul to penitence, and pray.
Lalage, arising hurriedly.
I cannot pray. My soul is at war with God. The frightful sounds of merriment below disturb my senses. Go, I cannot pray. The sweet airs from the garden worry me. Thy presence grieves me. Go. Thy priestly raiment fills me with dread, thy ebony crucifix with horror and awe.
Think of thy precious soul.
Think of my early days, think of my father and mother in heaven, think of our quiet home, and the rivulet that ran before the door. Think of my little sisters, think of them, and think of me, think of my trusting love and confidence, his vows, my ruin. Think of my unspeakable misery. Begone, yet stay. What was it thou saidst of prayer and penitence? Didst thou not speak of faith and vows before the throne?
I did.
'Tis well. There is a vow where fitting should be made, a sacred vow, imperative and urgent, a solemn vow.
Daughter, this zeal is well.
Father, this zeal is anything but well. Hast thou a crucifix fit for this thing, a crucifix whereon to register this sacred vow?
He hands her his own.
Not that. Oh, no.
Shuddering.
Not that. I tell thee, holy man, thy raiments and thy ebony cross affright me. Stand back. I have a crucifix myself. I have a crucifix, methinks 'twere fitting, the deed, the vow, the symbol of the deed, and the deed's register should tally, father.
Draws a cross-handled dagger and raises it on high.
Behold, the cross wherewith a vow like mine is written in heaven.
Thy words are madness, daughter, and speak a purpose unholy. Thy lips are livid, thine eyes are wild. Tempt not the wrath divine. Pause, ere too late. Oh, be not rash. Swear not the oath. Oh, swear it not.
'Tis sworn.
Scene 3. An apartment in a palace. Politian and Balthasar.
Arouse thee now, Politian. Thou must not, nay, indeed, shalt not, give way unto these humours. Be thyself. Shake off the idle fancies that beset thee, and live, for now thou diest.
Not so, Balthazar. Surely I live.
Politian, it doth grieve me to see thee thus.
Balthazar, it doth grieve me to give thee cause for grief, my honoured friend. Command me, sir. What wouldst thou have me do? At thy behest I will shake off that nature which from my forefathers I did inherit, which with my mother's milk I did imbibe, and be no more Politian, but some other. Command me, sir.
To the field, then, to the field, to the Senate or the field.
Alas, there is an imp would follow me even there. There is an imp hath followed me even there. There is... What voice was that?
I heard it not. I heard not any voice except thine own, and the echo of thine own.
Then I but dreamed.
Give not thy soul to dreams. The camp, the court befit thee, fame awaits thee, glory calls, and her the trumpet-tongued thou wilt not hear in hearkening to imaginary sounds and phantom voices.
It is a phantom voice. Didst thou not hear it then?
I heard it not.
Thou heardst it not. Balthazar, speak no more to me, Politian, of thy camps and courts. Oh, I am sick, sick, sick even unto death of the hollow and high-sounding vanities of the populous earth. Bear with me yet a while. We have been boys together, schoolfellows, and now are friends. Yet shall not be so long, for in the eternal city thou shalt do me a kind and gentle office, and a power august, benignant, and supreme, shall then absolve thee of all further duties unto thy friend.
Thou speakest a fearful riddle I will not understand.
Yet now as fate approaches, and the hours are breathing low, the sands of time are changed to golden grains, and dazzle me, Balthazar. Alas, alas! I cannot die, having within my heart so keen a relish for the beautiful as hath been kindled within it. Methinks the air is balmier now than it was wont to be. Rich melodies are floating in the winds. A rarer loveliness bedecks the earth, and with a holier lustre the quiet moon sitteth in heaven. Hist, hist! Thou canst not say thou hearest not now, Balthazar.
Indeed I hear not.
Not hear it? Listen now, listen. The faintest sound, and yet the sweetest that ear ever heard, a lady's voice, and sorrow in the tone. Balthazar, it oppresses me like a spell. Again, again, how solemnly it falls into my heart of hearts, that eloquent voice. Surely I never heard, yet it were well had I but heard it with its thrilling tones in earlier days.
I myself hear it now. Be still. The voice, if I mistake not greatly, proceeds from yonder lattice, which you may see very plainly through the window. It belongs, does it not, unto this palace of the Duke. The singer is undoubtedly beneath the roof of his Excellency, and perhaps is even that Alessandra of whom he spoke as the betrothed of Castiglione, his son and heir.
Be still. It comes again.
Voice, very faintly.
And is thy heart so strong as for to leave me thus, who had loved thee so long, wealth and woe among? And is thy heart so strong as for to leave me thus? Say nay, say nay.
The song is English, and I oft have heard it in merry England, never so plaintively. Hist, hist, it comes again.
Voice, more loudly.
Is it so strong as for to leave me thus, who hath loved thee so long, in wealth and woe among? And is thy heart so strong as for to leave me thus? Say nay, say nay.
'Tis hushed, and all is still.
All is not still.
Let us go down.
Go down, Balthazar, go.
The hour is growing late. The Duke awaits us. Thy presence is expected in the hall below. What ails thee, Earl Politian?
Voice distinctly.
Who hath loved thee so long, in wealth and woe among? And is thy heart so strong? Say nay, say nay.
Let us descend. 'Tis time. Politian, give these fancies to the wind. Remember, pray, your bearing lately savoured much of rudeness unto the Duke. Arouse thee, and remember.
Remember? I do. Lead on. I do remember.
Going.
let us descend. Believe me, I would give, freely would give, the broad lands of my earldom to look upon the face hidden by yon lattice, to gaze upon that veiled face and hear once more that silent tongue.
Let me beg you, sir, descend with me. The Duke may be offended. Let us go down, I pray you.
Voice loudly.
Say nay, say nay.
Politian aside.
'Tis strange, 'tis very strange. Methought the voice chimed in with my desires, and bade me stay.
Approaching the window.
Sweet voice, I heed thee, and will surely stay. Now, be this fancy, by heaven, or be it fate, still I will not descend. Balthazar, make apology unto the Duke for me. I go not down tonight.
Your lordship's pleasure shall be attended to. Good night, Politian.
Good night, my friend. Good night.
Scene 4. The gardens of a palace. Moonlight, Lalage, and Politian.
And dost thou speak of love to me, Politian? Dost thou speak of love to Lalage? Ah, woe is me! This mockery is most cruel indeed.
Weep not, O sob not thus, thy bitter tears will madden me. O mourn not, Lalage, be comforted. I know it all, and still I speak of love. Look at me, brightest and beautiful Lalage, turn here thine eyes. Thou askest me if I could speak of love, knowing what I know, and seeing what I have seen. Thou askest me that, and thus I answer thee, thus on my bended knee I answer thee.
Kneeling.
Sweet Lalage, I love thee, love thee, love thee. Through good and ill, through weal and woe, I love thee. Not mother with her firstborn on her knee thrills with intenser love than I for thee. Not on God's altar, in any time or clime, burned there a holier fire than burneth now within my spirit for thee. And do I love?
Arising.
Even for thy woes I love thee, even for thy woes, thy beauty and thy woes.
Alas, proud Earl, thou dost forget thyself, remembering me. How, in thy father's halls, among the maidens, pure and reproachless of thy princely line, could the dishonoured Lalage abide, thy wife, and with a tainted memory, my seared and blighted name, how would it tally with the ancestral honours of thy house, and with thy glory?
Speak not to me of glory. I hate, I loathe the name. I do abhor the unsatisfactory and ideal thing. Art thou not Lalage, and I Politian? Do I not love? Art thou not beautiful? What need we more? Ha! Glory! Now speak not of it. By all I hold most sacred and most solemn, by all my wishes now, my fears hereafter, by all I scorn on earth and hope in heaven, there is no deed I would more glory in than in thy cause to scoff at this same glory and trample it under foot. What matters it? What matters it, my fairest and my best, that we go down unhonoured and forgotten into the dust, so we descend together. Descend together, and then perchance.
Why dost thou pause, Politian?
And then perchance arise together, Lalage, and roam the starry and quiet dwellings of the blest, and still.
Why dost thou pause, Politian?
And still together, together.
Now, Earl of Leicester, thou lovest me, and in my heart of hearts I feel thou lovest me truly.
Oh, Lalage.
Throwing himself upon his knee.
And lovest thou me?
Hist, hush! Within the gloom of yonder trees methought a figure passed, a spectral figure, solemn and slow and noiseless, like the grim shadow Conscience, solemn and noiseless.
Walks across and returns.
I was mistaken. 'Twas but a giant bough, stirred by the autumn wind, Politian.
My Lalage, my love, why art thou moved? Why dost thou turn so pale? Not conscience self, far less a shadow which thou likenest to it, should shake the firm spirit thus. But the night wind is chilly, and these melancholy boughs throw over all things a gloom.
Politian, thou speakest to me of love. Knowest thou the land with which all tongues are busy, a land new found, miraculously found by one of Genoa, 1,000 leagues within the golden west? A fairyland of flowers and fruit and sunshine, and crystal lakes and overarching forest, and mountains around whose towering summits the winds of heaven untrammeled flow, which air to breathe, is happiness now, and will be freedom hereafter, in days that are to come?
Oh, wilt thou fly to that paradise? My Lalage, wilt thou fly thither with me? There care shall be forgotten, and sorrow shall be no more, and Eros be all. And life shall then be mine, for I will live for thee and in thine eyes. And thou shalt be no more a mourner, but the radiant joys shall wait upon thee, and the angel hope attend thee forever, and I will kneel to thee, and worship thee, and call thee my beloved, my own, my beautiful, my love, my wife, my all. Oh, wilt thou, Lalage, fly thither with me?
A deed is to be done. Castiglione lives.
And he shall die.
Exit. Lalage, after a pause.
And he shall die. Alas! Castiglione die? Who spoke the words? Where am I? What was it he said? Politian! Thou art not gone, thou art not gone, Politian! I feel thou art not gone, yet dare not look, lest I behold thee not. Thou couldst not go, with those words upon thy lips. Oh, speak to me, and let me hear thy voice. One word, to say thou art not gone, one little sentence, to say how thou dost scorn, how thou dost hate, my womanly weakness. Ha, ha! Thou art not gone. Oh, speak to me. I knew thou wouldst not go. I knew thou wouldst not go, couldst not, durst not go. Villain, thou art not gone. Thou mockest me, and thus I clutch thee. Thus, he is gone, he is gone. Gone, gone. Where am I? 'Tis well, 'tis very well, so that the blade be keen, the blow be sure. 'Tis well, 'tis very well. Alas, alas.
Scene 5. The suburbs. Politian alone.
This weakness grows upon me. I am faint, and much I fear me ill. It will not do to die ere I have lived. Stay thy hand, O Azrael, yet awhile. Prince of the powers of darkness and the tomb, O pity me, O pity me. Let me not perish now in the budding of my paradisal hope. Give me to live yet a little while. 'Tis I who pray for life, I who so late demanded but to die. What saith the Count?
Enter Balthazar.
That knowing no cause of quarrel or of feud between the Earl Politian and himself, he doth decline your cartel.
What didst thou say? What answer was it you brought me, good Balthazar? With what excessive fragrance the zephyr comes laden from yonder bowers! A fairer day, or one more worthy Italy, methinks no mortal eyes have seen. What said the Count?
That he, Castiglione, not being aware of any feud existing, or any cause of quarrel between your lordship and himself, cannot accept the challenge.
It is most true. All this is very true. When saw you, sir, when saw you now Balthazar in the frigid, ungenial Britain which we left so lately, a heaven so calm as this, so utterly free from the evil taint of clouds? And he did say?
No more, my lord, than I have told you, sir. The Count Castiglione will not fight, having no cause for quarrel.
Now this is true, all very true. Thou art my friend, Balthazar, and I have not forgotten it. Thou'lt do me a piece of service. Wilt thou go back and say unto this man that I, the Earl of Leicester, hold him a villain? Thus much, I prithee, say unto the Count. It is exceeding just he should have cause for quarrel.
My lord, my friend.
Politian aside.
'Tis he. He comes himself.
Aloud.
Thou reasonest well. I know what thou wouldst say. Not send the message. Well, I will think of it. I will not send it. Now, prithee, leave me. Hither doth come a person with whom affairs of a most private nature I would adjust.
I go. Tomorrow we meet, do we not, at the Vatican?
At the Vatican.
Exit Balthazar. Enter Castiglione.
The Earl of Leicester here?
I am the Earl of Leicester, and thou seest, dost thou not, that I am here.
My lord, some strange, some singular mistake, misunderstanding hath without a doubt arisen. Thou hast been urged thereby, in the heat of anger, to address some words most unaccountable in writing to me, Castiglione, the bearer being Balthazar, Duke of Surrey. I am aware of nothing which might warrant thee in this thing, having given thee no offence. Ha! Am I right? 'Twas a mistake, undoubtedly. We all do err at times.
Draw, villain, and prate no more.
Ha! Draw, and villain? Have at thee then at once, proud earl.
Draws. Politian, drawing.
Thus to the expiatory tomb, untimely sepulchre, I do devote thee, in the name of Lalage.
Castiglione, letting fall his sword and recoiling to the extremity of the stage.
Of Lalage, hold off thy sacred hand. Avaunt, I say, avaunt, I will not fight thee. Indeed I dare not.
Thou wilt not fight with me, didst say, Sir Count? Shall I be baffled thus? Now, this is well. Didst say thou darest not? Ah!
I dare not, dare not. Hold off thy hand. With that beloved name so fresh upon thy lips, I will not fight thee. I cannot, dare not.
Now, by my halidome, I do believe thee. Coward, I do believe thee.
Ha! Coward, this may not be.
Clutches his sword and staggers toward Politian, but his purpose is changed before reaching him, and he falls upon his knee at the feet of the earl.
Alas, my lord, it is. Most true, in such a cause I am the veriest coward. Oh, pity me.
Politian, greatly softened.
Alas, I do. Indeed, I pity thee.
And Lalage.
Scoundrel, arise and die.
It needeth not be. Thus. O let me die thus on my bended knee. It were most fitting that in this deep humiliation I perish. For in the fight I will not raise a hand against thee, Earl of Leicester. Strike thou home.
Baring his bosom.
Here is no let or hindrance to thy weapon. Strike home, I will not fight thee.
Now, death and hell, am I not sorely, grievously tempted to take thee at thy word? But mark me, sir, think not to fly me thus. Do thou prepare for public insult in the streets, before the eyes of the citizens. I'll follow thee like an avenging spirit. I'll follow thee even unto death, before those whom thou lovest, before all Rome. I'll taunt thee, villain, I'll taunt thee, dost hear? With cowardice. Thou wilt not fight me? Thou liest. Thou shalt.
Exit.
Now this indeed is just, most righteous and most just, avenging heaven.
Note. Such portions of Politian as are known to the public first saw the light of publicity in the Southern Literary Messenger for December, 1835, and January, 1836, being styled Scenes from Politian, an Unpublished Drama. These scenes were included, unaltered, in the 1845 collection of Poems by Poe. The larger portion of the original draft subsequently became the property of the present editor, but it is not considered just to the poet's memory to publish it. The work is a hasty and unrevised production of its author's earlier days of literary labor, and beyond the scenes already known, scarcely calculated to enhance his reputation. As a specimen, however, of the parts unpublished, the following fragment from the first scene of Act II may be offered. The Duke, it should be premised, is uncle to Alessandra, and father of Castiglione, her betrothed.
Why do you laugh?
Indeed, I hardly know myself. Stay, was it not on yesterday we were speaking of the Earl Politian? Yes, it was yesterday, Alessandra, you and I, and you must remember, we were walking in the garden.
Perfectly. I do remember it. What of it? What then?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all? It is most singular that you should laugh at nothing at all.
Most singular. Singular.
Look you, Castiglione, be so kind as tell me, sir, at once what did you mean? What are you talking of?
Was it not so? We differed in opinion touching him.
Him? Whom?
Why, sir, the Earl Politian.
The Earl of Leicester? Yes, is it he you mean? We differed indeed. If now I recollect, the words you used were that the Earl you knew was neither learned nor mirthful.
Ha! Now did I?
That did you, sir, and well I knew at the time you were wrong, it being not the character of the Earl, whom all the world allows to be a most hilarious man. Be not, my son, too positive again.
'Tis singular, most singular. I could not think it possible so little time could so much alter one. To say the truth, about an hour ago, as I was walking with the Count Sanozzo, all arm in arm, we met this very man, the Earl, he with his friend Baldassar, having just arrived in Rome. Ha, ha! He is altered. Such an account he gave me of his journey, 'twould have made you die with laughter, such tales he told of his caprices and his merry freaks. Along the road, such oddity, such humour, such wit, such whim, such flashes of wild merriment, set off too in such full relief by the grave demeanour of his friend, who, to speak the truth, was gravity itself.
Did I not tell you?
You did, and yet 'tis strange, but true as strange, how much I was mistaken. I always thought the Earl a gloomy man.
So, you see. Be not too positive. Whom have we here? It cannot be the Earl.
The Earl? Oh, no. 'Tis not the Earl, but yet it is, and leaning upon his friend Baldassar. Am welcome, sir.
Enter Politian and Baldassar.
My lord, a second welcome let me give you to Rome. His Grace, the Duke of Broglio. Father, this is the Earl Politian, Earl of Leicester, in Great Britain.
Politian bows haughtily.
That his friend Baldassar, Duke of Surrey. The Earl has letters, so please you for your grace.
Ha, ha! Most welcome to Rome, and to our palace, Earl Politian. And you, most noble Duke, I am glad to see you. I knew your father well, my Lord Politian. Castiglione, call your cousin hither, and let me make the noble Earl acquainted with your betrothed. You come, sir, at a time most seasonable. The wedding—
Touching those letters, sir, your son made mention of. Your son, is he not? Touching those letters, sir, I wot not of them. If such there be, my friend Baldassar here— Baldassar! Ah! My friend Baldassar here will hand them to your grace. I would retire.
Retire? So soon?
What ho, Benito, Rupert, his lordship's chambers. Show his lordship to them. His lordship is unwell.
Enter Benito.
This way, my lord.
Exit, followed by Politian.
Retire? Unwell?
So please you, sir, I fear me 'tis as you say, his lordship is unwell. The damp air of the evening, the fatigue of a long journey, Indeed, I had better follow his lordship. He must be unwell. I will return anon.
Return anon? Now this is very strange. Castiglione, this way, my son, I wish to speak with thee. You surely were mistaken in what you said of the Earl. Mirthful indeed. Which of us said Politian was a melancholy man?
Exeunt. End of section 42.